PFF grades have dropped from the Chicago Bears preseason opener against the Miami Dolphins, and I thought I'd point out some of the notable ones and react here on our Monday morning episode. My name is Harrison Graham. Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. Let's start with the quarterbacks. Tyson Bagent, who started and played the entire first half, graded out pretty well. 76.6, which is above average, 71.8 from just a pure passing standpoint, which is above average. They gave him 0 big-time throws. I'll come back to that in a second. Kind of a subjective stat, obviously. It's something that they track for every quarterback. And then time to throw was 2.63 seconds, which is pretty good. Here were his raw stats for anyone who missed it yesterday. 13 and 19, 103 yards, had a touchdown and a pick. QB rating of 77.3. And we broke it down yesterday. 2 3-and-outs to start. Had the best drive of the game where he made several nice throws, including that touchdown on 4th down. And then he threw that interception on that 4th drive. So it was a bit of a mixed bag, but that long touchdown drive of 94 yards was really impressive. I will push back on PFF a little bit. When your left tackle completely whiffs and Braxton Jones on a 4th down play, I get it, it's only a 4-yard touchdown pass technically, but Bagent hangs in there and kind of 3/4 a ball to the back of the end zone, throws the ball to a spot with anticipation for a touchdown. To me, that's a big-time throw. And again, it's subjective. You could debate, too, is the Burden 3rd and 15 throw, is that a big-time throw? I mean, he was pretty open, but hangs in there, gets hit, delivers a nice ball, threw the nice deep out to Devin Duvernay. If you don't want to call those big-time throws, I understand. I'd still call those very good throws and very good plays. But to me, that 4th down touchdown, especially when you factor in the situation that it's do or die on 4th down, left tackle whiffs, you hang in there, deliver a strike. To me, I would have given him a big-time throw for that. Now, Case Keenum, who I said yesterday I thought was steadier, thought he played better, graded out as such per PFF as well. 86.8 overall, passing 87.6. He's obviously not going to run around much. They gave him 2 big-time throws. I assume one of those is the fade ball to Jade Walker. Maybe the other one is the little kind of scramble up touchdown pass to Deion Hankins. I'm not sure. But I would agree on the Jade Walker throw. That was a perfect throw against man coverage. Time to throw 2.93. So he held the ball a little bit longer than Bagent did. Still sub 3 seconds, which is positive overall. I am curious to see, is this a true QB2 competition? And if it is, do you flip the order next week? Something we talked about yesterday. Do you let Case Keenum get in the game before Tyson Bagent and play against tougher competition? Because that's one thing, if we're being fair about yesterday. Bagent did go against the Dolphins starting defense for that first drive. And then against a lot of 2s in the first half. Keenum, probably a few 2s, but more 3s when he was in there. And being a vet like he is, he should play pretty well against a third-team defense. So it'll be interesting to see how Ben Johnson handles that. I thought Keenum played a little bit better. But when you scale the level of competition, Tyson Bagent certainly didn't play poorly by any means. Who is QB2 in your eyes? If you think it's Tyson Bagent, type TB. If you think it's Case Keenum, type CK. I still think you would lean Bagent at this point in time. But if you flip the order next week and Keenum outplays him against tougher competition, then maybe that could flip. But what I will say is I feel pretty good about both backups. I think in a situation where Caleb were to get hurt, I think either of these guys could step in and at least give you a chance against a decent amount of opponents. Okay, the player of the day yesterday was Austin Booker, and that was highlighted by PFF as well. He was the highest graded player on the team. I think the highest graded player in the game between Chicago and Miami. Graded out 95.3. I mean, if you're in the 90s, it's very good. I mean, it's elite. Pass rush 94.7, run defense 79.3, his tackle grade 76.7. I think that run defense grade being high too, that's a good sign because he's viewed more as a pass rusher first, run defender second. I still think that's the case, but if he could at least hold his own in the run, that's a good thing. His raw stats, of course, had 3 sacks, 3 TFLs, 1 forced fumble. I think PFF credited him with 6 pressures. He looked really good. He looked very, very good. We saw a little bit of this last year in the preseason, but I actually went back and checked. He had 2.5 sacks in 4 preseason games last year. He had 3 sacks yesterday. I mean, he was dominant, especially in the second half, which which that's what we should want to see. You're going up against mostly threes in the second half. Go dominate. And that's what he did. The question with him is going to be, okay, in the regular season, when you're going up against starting tackles, Christian Darrisaw week 1, Brian O'Neill on the other side, can you flash? Can you get a couple of pressures on your rotation snaps that you're going to get? Because the Bears need somebody to be able to do that. This was certainly a good start. Very, very good performance by Austin Booker in this preseason game. Okay, we are sponsored by Mando Whole Body Deodorant. It's the best in the game. Got the wipes right here, the stick deodorant right here, plenty of other products as well, and you can get 20% off with code CHAT at checkout for a limited time only. We're getting toward the end of summer, which means final vacations for a lot of folks. I don't know about you, but when I'm packing for travel, I find myself with way too many tiny toiletry bottles. Takes up way too much space. But that's why I started packing smarter with Mando. The Mando 4-in-1 acidified cleansing bar includes shampoo, face wash, body wash, and deodorant, all in one bar. It also includes a shaving lather. So is it really a 5-in-1? Absolutely awesome. Perfect for traveling, as it hardly takes up any space. The Mando Whole Body Deodorant stops odor before it starts and is safe from head to toe, not just for your armpits. Whether it's deodorant stick or spray, Mando has you covered with odor blocking and fighting off sweat. The Mando Starter Pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with the solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like the mini body wash and deodorant wipes, for example, plus free shipping. You get 20% off for a limited time only if you use our code CHAT. Special offer for our Bears Now audience. That's shopmando.com, code CHAT, to get 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. shopmando.com. Please support our show. Tell them Bears Now by Chat Sports sent you. Mando's got you covered. Protect your pits. Smell great doing it. Okay, let's talk left tackle now. Braxton Jones, Ozzy Trapilo. The grades kind of come out what I expected. Nothing glaring stood out to me from the game, honestly, except for that 4th down rep from Braxton Jones. Got beat really badly, and Tyson Bagent made a hell of a play to bail him out. But both overall in the 50s, that's below average. Pass blocking grade really poor from Braxton, 44.3. He did grade out better as a run blocker. Braxton allowed 2 pressures. Trapilo allowed 1. 1 sack allowed by Braxton, 0 from Ozzy. So pretty simple breakdown here. Ozzy Trapilo graded out a little bit better as a pass protector. Braxton Jones graded out better as a run blocker. And what has Ben Johnson said when he has been asked about this left tackle competition and about offensive tackles in general? The number one job is to be able to pass protect one-on-one. Why is that important? Because if you could pass protect one-on-one on an island, you don't have to minimize what you're able to do from a play calling standpoint. If you constantly have to chip, that limits the playbook. It limits the amount of guys that can run routes. So I don't think Ozzy did anything where you're like, oh, you just give him the job now. But I would flip the order next week. In fact, I was pretty surprised that Braxton got the first 3 drives. Now, coming off that ankle, he probably needed a lot of reps, so I don't have a problem with it. But I would start Ozzy with the ones in the next game, give him the first 3 drives, and see how he holds up. Again, we don't know if the other starters will play on the offensive line in that preseason game, but I would give Ozzy the initial reps with the first team, whoever starts, and kind of see how that goes. I think we know where we're at least relatively at this point. I think Ozzy's a better pass protector. I think Braxton's a better run blocker. So, I think both guys are going to have flaws regardless of who starts, and we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. But if it is the number one job to pass protect on an island, I think Ozzy is a little bit better in that regard. Is he better enough to make him the starter over Braxton, who's a better run blocker? I don't know yet. We'll have to see how the next couple weeks go. I will say this Theo Benedette thing is interesting because he's sneakily gotten some reps with the ones with Karan Amagaji out. He played a lot of snaps yesterday at both tackle positions. 81.7 pass block grade. I think it's a stretch to say he could win the starting left tackle job. I mean, the Canadian Eagle, that would be that would be something. I'd be shocked if we got to that point, but I do think he's trending toward making this football team. So keep an eye on him. I think he's one of those guys that as training camp's gone along, it's like, okay, clearly we need to pay attention to this guy because he's impressing this coaching staff. Subscribe and join us this afternoon. We go live every Monday at 4 o'clock Central Time. So we'll break down more from this game, any kind of final notes, and then, of course, start to look ahead to Buffalo as they come to town this next week. Joint practice on Friday, preseason game number 2 on Sunday. We'll have everything covered. If there's any more injury fallout, we'll discuss that as well. Plus, there is a practice today, and the starters are going to practice. So we'll see if there's any news from that. Okay, let's talk corners now. Did Nahshon Wright blow his opportunity? It's tough to say that he completely blew it and that he's out of the CB2 competition, but I'll say this. We said Nahshon Wright's name multiple times. We didn't say Tyreek Stevenson's name once. And a lot of the time when you're saying a corner's name, that's not a good thing. It's like, oh, Nahshon Wright got beat in coverage. That happened multiple times. He missed a couple tackles. He got in there on a couple tackles as well, but I did not think in his limited snaps that he played that well at all, and PFF outlines that. I mean, the grades across the board are pretty poor. Now, when you play like 16 snaps, I think it was, if you don't have a good day, the grade is going to be really bad. Had he played 50, you would imagine there would have been some better reps in there, and the grades would have come up. But 2 missed tackles on 16 plays, got beat multiple times on just 10 coverage snaps, including on a 4th down on a little out route. I just didn't think he played that well. And I said going into the preseason, it's like, okay, he's had a good camp. Can he do it in a game setting? And yesterday, he did not play well. So I think you'd have to say advantage Tyreek Stevenson. He was not targeted once on the same number of snaps. And they did exactly what I said they should do. Play them both, start them both together, play them the same amount of snaps. Let's see who performs better. And Tyreek Stevenson didn't have to get as involved, but he wasn't targeted, and that's a good sign. If you get out of a game and you don't say a cornerback's name once, that's pretty good. Now, if you do say their name because they picked the ball off or knocked the ball away or made a nice tackle, that's a good thing as well. But I would say if you're Tyreek Stevenson exiting that game, you got to feel pretty good about where you sit in this CB2 competition. Who do you guys think is going to be CB2? If you think it's Tyreek Stevenson, type TS. If you think it's Nahshon Wright, type NW. Also, we'll get to Terrell Smith later on. He outplayed Nahshon Wright as well. Okay, Noah Sewell, is he LB3? You look at the PFF grades here. The overall, I thought, was egregious, 39.9, but the run defense was good. The coverage was low, I guess maybe on a couple throws over the middle he got lost. I'd have to go back and watch the All-22. But as a downhill player, which is kind of what he was at Oregon. Remember that last year they kind of turned him into like a blitzing edge guy. I think that's where he really excels. Run defender, bring him on blitzes, playing downhill. Coverage probably not going to be a strength of his. Again, I think the overall grade is a bit harsh, especially when he made multiple splash plays. I mean, he stuffs a 4th and goal at the 1, makes a good play there. He punches a ball out, which created a splash play opportunity. And this was on limited snaps. So to give him a 39.9, I guess he got lost in coverage once or twice. But I would say the plays he did make outweighed the plays he didn't in the amount of snaps. I think he's a clear front runner to be this team's 3rd linebacker at this point in time. All right, some other notable grades before we get out of here. Luther Burden, 70 overall. Passer receiving grade, 69. I thought he made a couple of nice plays. Found a soft spot in the zone on that 3rd and 15, and Bagent was able to hit him. Kyle Monungai, overall 54.6, running 66.2. Pass block, 5.6. I think that's from that rep early in the game where the guy, I think it was Willie Gay Jr., just bounced off of him. So, again, he probably had 1 or 2 pass block opportunities. When you get beat bad like that, it's just going to deflate your grade there. Colston Loveland only played 6 snaps, did have a catch, so kind of middle of the pack grades there. John A. Walker, who I thought was a winner from yesterday, 75 overall, 75 pass receiving. Had he caught that first touchdown, man, I think he would have been one of the highest graded players on the team, but still a good day for him. Deion Hankins, 50, 54, 18.6 in the pass block. I thought he had a couple of nice moments, but kind of a mixed bag there. Ruben Hippolyte made a few plays, was in the backfield once. I think he had a TFL, but I think he's a little bit behind Noah Sewell at this point. Josh Blackwell popped, had several tackles, 2 pass breakups. I think he's a good backup nickel. If he had to play, if Kyler Gordon missed some time, I think he can hold his own. Terrell Smith, before exiting with a groin injury, I thought was excellent. Should have had a pick six, just flat out dropped the ball, but still made a couple of plays in coverage from my point of view. Dominique Robinson, Zach Pickens each had a sack. Dom Rob graded out better overall. Zach Pickens against the run was not very good, and his tackle grade was 26. So guys were kind of bouncing off him, but did have the splash play, did get in the backfield and get a sack. So we'll see if he can continue to do that and push for a roster spot. And look, just to kind of recap it all, typical mixed bag from a preseason game. I'm sure there were a lot of jitters, especially for the young guys. Ozzy Trapilo was like, I get nervous for every game. So that's just how it goes, especially when you haven't been out there in a while. We'll see again what adjustments are made for the guys who did play, and we'll see if the guys who didn't play get out there against Buffalo. We'll find out more as the week goes on. All right, that's going to do it for Chicago Bears Now. Again, we'll be back live this afternoon, 4 o'clock Central Time, so stay tuned for that, and bear down.